Ladies and gents, welcome in to this big matchup, Senegal and Belgium in the round of 32. Can the golden generation pull another trick out of the hat? Can they make its way through? And this very, very dangerous and quality Senegal side that I think come this game probably as favourites here versus Belgium. Quality wherever you look right now. The two teams just getting themselves ready here. Had the national anthems almost ready to go. Let's have a look at the lineups for Belgium. Of course, Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Maxime de Kuyper is the left back. Timothy Castagna, the right back. Tiata and Mekele at centre half. Van Eken's come into midfield since we've last watched Belgium alongside Yuri Tillemans. Yeremi Doku on the left, Leandro Trossard on the right, with Kevin De Bruyne playing in behind Charles de Ketelaere. So no space just yet for Big Rom, who's come off the bench to great effect in 2 games so far in the tournament. Luke Bacchio, Amadou Onana, Raskin, Witsel, and Goy, all options that can come from the bench. So Pape Thiaw has chosen this side. It is Dial in goal, Diatta as the right back, Jacobs as the left back. It is Cease and Niakate in the heart of the defence, with Habib Diarra, Idrissa Gueye, and Pap Gueye in midfield. Then the front line, this is where the danger comes. Sadio Mane on the left, Iliman Ndiaye on the right, and Ismail Assar up top. Meaning Kalidou Koulibaly is on the bench. So is Malik Diouf, Pat Matassa, Lamine Camara, Assane Diao, Nicholas Jackson, Ibrahim Mbaye, all options from the bench. In the end, Belgium entering this one top of their group. A very, very average group, I can say. They got their job done right at the end there versus New Zealand on the final day. They come with that 5-1 win following a 0-0 with Iran and 1-1 with Egypt. And for Senegal, a much more difficult group, they managed to get it done by beating Iraq 5-0 on the final day. Losses versus Norway 3-2 and France 3-1 were the reasons why this side almost fell short in the group of death, but they took it to some of the best teams in the competition. There was the Belgian boss, Rudy Garcia, on the touchline. Able to meet up with Pape Thiaw of Senegal. This side believe they're the best going around wearing the Moroccan shirt, but they reckon they're the best team in Africa. They're going to try and show it here in Seattle. Everything looks to be in readiness. All the build-up, all the chat, and now it's time to get into the action. We've had drama aplenty so far in the knockout stages. Penalty shootouts, extra time, late winners. Will we get something similar here today? It's time to kick off from Seattle. Belgium has kicked off in their chain strip. Oh, they hadn't kicked. Now they've kicked off in their chain strip. They're kicking from left to right. The chain strip for Senegal as well. They're from right to left. A massive round of 32 tie between these two sides who want to go deeper. And they're both probably eyeing up a quarter-final at least. Winner of this one takes on the winner of Bosnia-Herzegovina and the United States. So there's a real possibility here. Get through this one, which is the tougher of probably the 2 games. And a ticket to the last 8 is on the line. Coming to this one, you look at Belgium, you think about the dynamic, creative spark of Kevin De Bruyne, the goal threat of Leandro Trossard and Jeremy Doku. I think for them, most importantly, is Van Aken and Yuri Tillemans in midfield. Can they get on control of the football? Can they take this game to Senegal? And then the fullbacks, De Kuyper and Castagna, are they able to go toe-to-toe with Iliman Ndiaye? To Sadio Mane. Ismail Assar when he drifts out wide, because it is a fluid front line. It's a dangerous front line, but it's a front line that has goals in its game. It's direct. It's very much the onus is to attack that front line. So a lot of eyes will be on that matchup there. Here's the first chance for Sadio Mane to spin in behind of Timothy Castagna. Sets one in there. Well dealt with there defensively by Tiat. For Senegal, without a doubt, it's about the wide men. Iliman Ndiaye, Sadio Mane. Surprised me, but that Iliman Ndiaye took so long to get into the starting 11, but one of the more talented two-way runners, can cover off defensively, and most importantly, when he gets his head down going forward, there's not many better than Iliman Ndiaye. We've seen it at Everton, seen it in big Premier League games. Now we get to see it at the World Cup versus this Belgium side. And go up against fullbacks, which he'll recognise, he'll find familiar, and we'll know all about them. The keeper, Toku, just bundled off it. Oh, Jacobs, the left fullback. That's a beautiful pass from Sadio Mane. Opens the game up. And the far side on the right is Iliman Ndiaye. Faint to go inside and just recycles the ball. Really didn't get to watch what Senegal can do. Didn't see their game versus Iraq, so not a chance to see them dominate a game of football, but we saw in passages versus Norway and also versus France where the control is there, the quality is there. Undoubtedly one of those nations that are right up there competing and should be in amongst those sort of quarter-final spots. Got bags of talent up top. It's the defence, though. It's going to be the key focus. Can they keep this Belgium side quiet? Can they limit the effect of the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Jeremy Doku? Castagna gets a foot in on Sadio Mane. Because the names on T-shirt are very solid. Season Niakate, top players, but this Belgium side, with its technical ability and its creation threat, in particular, through the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, is a whole different kettle of fish. Going to be tested today. If they can do the harder yards and work harder than this Belgian side, they'll definitely work their way through this round. Belgian side that against rigid structures like Egypt, like Iran, struggled. Only one goal scored against those two nations. Great work for Iliman Ndiaye. Oh, slip one in behind that. Well pressed high up the pitch there. Nice Senegal. Cease wins it back. I would have turned away from Kevin De Bruyne and just overhit that ball in the channel. You see the two sides there in a flash. The directness from Iliman Ndiaye and Senegal, and then the one-touch technical ability of the Belgian side in transition. Michele. Back for Thibaut Courtois, who you think will be busy at times today when Senegal get a chance and get a wriggle on with possession. Michele. Castagna down on the right-hand side. Trossard just steps over it. It's fallen the way of Charles de Ketelada. Trossard. Cutbacks on. Great foot in by Cease back there. As Vanaken was there. In a dangerous spot. That's the first flowing Belgian move. Castagna with the throw. Referee just telling him, hurry up. It's a long throw. Alexander Cape, I think, in there. Got a touch, but no one with the follow-up. Yuri Tielemans deals with that clearance. back with Thibaut Courtois. So Belgium look to build out here. Senegal happy to keep their shape and to sit a tad back off this Belgian side. De Bruyne. Which Diao can easily claim. Interesting that the legs of this Belgian side. They've gone with a few of the younger lads, but still Kevin De Bruyne in there. Mekele and Tiata not young either. Vanek in the midfield. It's not a spriteful, flowing, energetic side. It's a technical ability, close control, hard-working side that are going to break you down through skill and talent. And we get sort of the two ends of the spectrum here. The running power and raw speed of the wide men of Senegal versus the creation and technical ability and lack of speed in the middle of the Belgian side. So both sides' shapes will be interesting to see. Belgium keeping a relatively high line, but you can see the space between the front line and the defensive line allows the passes in between the middle third and the final third. So not a low block from Belgium. Great reactions there from Cease to step in. So trying to flick one around the corner there. And an awkward role as a centre forward today. Loose touch picked up upon by Diatta. Papgate. Jacobs. Back with Papgate. Habib Diarra getting a little bit further forward. But basically a flat three with Papgate, Idrissa and Habib Diarra. Poor giveaway though by Niakate. Trossard picks it up. Looks to flick one through. Vanaken. Wide to the Ketelada. The Ketelada. Just took too long on it. A chance was there for him. Just didn't release it. Trossard. I'll save there by Diao. Just thought the Ketelada could have whipped that once that space had opened up instead of the hesitation. But once the ball set back, Leandro Trossard, snapshot. But a very savable height for Diao. Coming there from Niakate, giving that ball away in the build-up. Here he is, Idrissa Gueye. To Ismail Assar. He gets a touch and then gets on his bike, and that's a poor, poor pass. Outside of the range of Diatta, another giveaway. Pape Thiaw needs to try and get his troops back on track here. Disappointing start, disconnected start from them. Mekele. Beautiful crossfield diagonal. This is where Doku fancies himself. Diatta backpedaling. De Bruyne on the overlap. The set for Decay, but now with Kevin De Bruyne. Senegal got bodies back here though. They've crammed the box with green shirts. Cease again with the defensive action to get the header. That's a foul. As Pap Cease got rid of that and wanted the advantage being played. Well, it's a beautiful kit for Belgium. Stunning. Can they play the same football to match the beauty of the kit though? That is the question. Just a look at that Trossard effort. Keeper sees it all the way through there. That's the threat of Leandro Trossard that always finds a way to step up in his bigger games. Knockout stage football, Champions League ties. Clutch moments for Arsenal. He's always there to deliver. Winner of the Premier League, Champions League runner-up. I'm looking to add a late run here in the World Cup to that. Habib Diarra out wide to Iliman Ndiaye. Early cross goes in. Both Belgium defenders got a nick on it. No Senegal player getting in there though. More importantly for Iliman Ndiaye. Maybe get Ismail Assar or Sadio Mane running across those two centre halves to get a nick. Jacobs with the throw. Great touch from Leandro Trossard to take that ball away from Niakate. Back to Courtois, and he just tees that up and sends it past the centre circle. Niakate winning that duel well. Cushioning it up from Vanaken. And here is Maxim de Kuyper. Gee, sloppy from Tielemans. It's been a sloppy start. Poor giveaways, whether it be with passing or just too many touches. Tielemans there, prime example of it. Just dilly-dallying a little bit too much. Jacobs. We see the African dominance in this World Cup look to continue. Morocco getting the better of Netherlands a few days ago on spot kicks. The dangerous ball in the channel. Second ball picked up by Sadio Mane. The overlapping run made by Jacobs. The ball in this. Ismail Assar, the upright. Sarr again. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh. Ismail Assar, the goal gaping. And his mercy. I couldn't manage to just scrape it inside of the post. Oh. A great little passage down that left-hand side with Sadio Mane finding Jacobs. Courtois gets a fingertip to it, but not enough. And Ismail Assar can't get around that ball to get it in. Off the upright, and then the follow-up wide into the side netting. And a rare opportunity that Thibaut Courtois looked all at sea. The cross takes a little bit of a deflection off Castagna, and Courtois realised I have to get there. In the end, that touch, that little fingertip's enough. Cease. Sadio Mane. What a take from him. Chopping inside. Hasn't got that same burst of speed as he once did. And him and Njai. The fans are eyes here. Senegal fans sensing the moment. Idrissa Gueye. Pape Gueye. Another cross blocked from him. And wins a throw in the end. Hard work from Pape Gueye. Quality not there, but hard working is there. Sadio Mane saying just calm down. Use your head. This seems like a game where a mistake will be the reason why a team scores rather than out-and-out quality. We've seen it so far. Some loose touches, some loose passes. And again, Diatta lost his footing and gave the ball away. Jeremy Doku. Senegal with the line share possession, the opening quarter of an hour. Charles Vanaken. Again, loose from Trossard, picked up upon by Yuri Tielemans though. Vanaken, he had a very good run for Club Brugge in the UEFA Champions League. Goal-scoring, box-crushing midfielder. So Yuri Tielemans will act as more of a shielder today. Vanaken more as that box-to-box type. De Bruyne obviously off the centre forward and as that number 10. Poor giveaway. Ball sent through for Ismail Assar to chase. Tiat gets there ahead of Ismail Assar. There's that transition threat though. The speed of that front line, undoubted. Jacobs. That was Cease. Tiata. Senegal having the better of the two teams in the start here. Trossard that shot on goal, as well as Ismail Assar, but just feels like in these sort of areas here, where De Ketelaere picks the ball up, he has less options than what Senegal have. Who are pressing well as well, getting foot in and throwing their weights around and not letting the Belgium side to just settle. Long ball looking for the keeper, making that forward run. Well dealt with, though. Body's crashing in there. Long clearance. Iliman Ndiaye shields the ball off from Tiat well and keeps it. Vanaken over to try and disrupt him. Does keep the ball though, Iliman Ndiaye. The set back to Papsis. Cross in. Oh, the run from Iliman Ndiaye was dangerous. Gay! Oh. He just walked onto it and struck it well. Again, look at those numbers marauding on. Diarra for midfield. Makes that run. Recycles the ball to Yatta on the edge, who whips that ball in. De Bruyne on the other end. Blasted well over. Some of his quality. Expects a lot better from there. You can tell it, the frustration. Rudy Garcia just applauding his side. Diao long, looking for Sadio Mane. Well dealt with though by Timothy Castagna. Tielemans. Now he's Iliman Ndiaye. Back there with Cease. Ndiaye coming a little bit more narrow. Seen that a lot for teams so far. Wingers basically as secondary forwards and wing backs or full backs having the license to play high and wide. Sadio Mane on the turn. A lot of space ahead of Diatta. De Keeper to meet him. Cross blocked. Chance for our first corner of the game. On the 19th minute mark. It is Senegal making all the pushing so far. So the outswing area. The big fella's coming up. And joining in the fun here at the box. It is Cease, Niakate, and Ndiaye in there. Ismail Assar as well, a deep ball. Cease puts it back in a dangerous spot, but Shermi Doku picks up upon it. And Belgium have a little bit of a counter-attacking chance here. It is 4-on-6. De Bruyne looking to pick out the far side where the keeper is. But a giveaway. Now a counter-attack of their own here for Senegal. But Sadio Mane was offside. Honduras referee and Sadio Mane just having a talking to there. Doesn't like how Sadio Mane picked the ball up and wanted to control when the restart was going on. So, in 20th minute here. I think so far, as I sort of expected, more ball for Senegal. More chances created with 3 shots and 0.99 XG. One big chance, obviously, the Ismail Assar chance. 2 shots, though, for Belgium. Yet to really pose much of a danger, though. Save a piece, though, for both goalkeepers. Castagna keeps it alive. Sets it back for Trossard. Senegal can come away with it there. That's a foul. And Habib Diarra brought down by Youri Tielemans. He just blocked off the run of Habib Diarra, and I think the referee saw those arms out and the lack of eyes for the football. And that's where the foul came from. Here is Cease. to Habib Diarra. Once again with Cease. So just controlling here for Senegal. Possession will work from side to side. Just seeing how the Belgian defensive action reacts. And there's the out ball, long and down the right-hand side. It's Diatta. Set back for Papke. Idrissa Gueye. Sadio Mane. Castagna with him. Sadio Mane looking at jerk inside here. But wasn't able to do so against Castagna. He's done a lot of good defensive work throughout this tournament so far. Senegal, though, are not done there. Belgium can't get rid. Njai. Papke. Back to Njai. Niakate on it. Turning and finding Cease. Away from the De Bruyne challenge. And away from Doku's efforts. And now with Diatta on the far right. Here is Diatta. Sets it to Papke. Turning on it. Getting a ball in there. Sadio Mane keeps it alive. Edge of the area here. The cutback ball blocked. And that's going to go out of play. Jacobs. Cease. This is really, really dominant spells here from Senegal. They're not letting up off the gas right now. They've got Belgium where they want them, and they're going to keep them there. I expect them to have this much of the ball and this dominant in possession, but they haven't been wasteful since the opening few moments. They're keeping Belgium chasing here. They've got a point to prove that they're the best African team in this tournament, and they're doing their best work here. Cease. Couple of touches into Habib Diarra. Around the corner now for Diatta. He just chops inside. Back on the outside. Sets it to Habib Diarra. Idrissa Gueye. Njai's gone central. Down the left is Sadio Mane. Jacobs the underlapping run. Ball in for Tenor. Oh, the upright. The follow-up 10. And Senegal open the scoring. Habib Diarra the man. The sensational Senegalese side strike first. And after a long, long spell of attacking play and a long spell of possession, the pressure told. And Belgium have been pieced apart by this Senegal side. And it was Habib Diarra, the fox in a box, the man who reacted first to that second ball. Really well worked from right to left here. Once the ball comes to Sadio Mane, the underlapping run from Jacobs, and what a whip. Ismail Assar rising for that header. But who's first to react? Habib Diarra, who's played a further forward midfield role today. And when Mekka and Tiat were just watching, it was Habib Diarra that was on his toes, reacting first. And after that ball comes off the upright, he was there to tap home into an empty net. Senegal deserve the lead. They've got the lead here. 1-0 after 25 minutes. And Pap Thiaw loves it. What a vest as well. Love the suit. Perfect start to this game for Senegal. Header rose and won there by Niakate. 20 minutes left in this first half. Belgium need to strike back here and counter this pressure that Senegal put on them. This ball in and Diao catches. Okay. Perfect Senegalese start to this one. Belgium haven't really got going yet. We saw this though versus Egypt in the first match day at this same field. Belgium had the poor start, but they worked their way back into the game. And once the big ROM was introduced, that's when they looked dangerous. So then, it is time for the drinks break. Comes at a great time for Belgium to reset. Habib Diarra with the opening goal. Senegal lead 1-0 into our first interval. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Second portion of this first half. As the rain... No, the rain? Oh. Rudy Garcia and the Belgian players got... It wasn't rain. I think it was a sprinkler that just drenched them. If it doesn't rain, it pours, if you would say. So Habib Diarra's 25th minute goal. The difference so far, Senegal played better football. More dangerous going forward. Had 2 efforts now come off the upright. The second of which, though, reacted first to by Habib Diarra, and he tapped home. Belgium only had 1 chance of note. A snapshot from Leandro Trossard. Well, say at the near post by Diao. But they, like most of the games I've watched them play so far, just haven't been able to make their mark on this matchup. Someone who's straight into the field here. So that intervention now all over. So back with the restart here with the keeper. Belgium with 14 minutes of the half-time interval want to get their foot on the ball here and create something of note. Five attempts to Senegal, 2 to Belgium. I need players like Jeremy Doku more involved. Mekele. Back with Mekele. Drills that ball in. Chance to turn for Jeremy Doku. This way is dangerous. And he goes over. And despite going over, the referee says, having none of that. Fair play to Niakate, does a leg out and then pulls it back in. And he went over nothing there, Jeremy Doku. And also importantly is, if the ball gets hit all the way to the keeper, there's no point going over because you're not going to get there, are you? The referees are always obliged not to call them fouls. So ball recycled here. Niakate. Jacobs. Across the sea. So careful possession here for Senegal. That's what happened in the build-up to that goal. I'd love to count back how many passes in the build-up to that goal. They just strung together a beautiful play. Long ball for Sadio Mane to chase in, but just out of his reach. So Thibaut Courtois goes short to him. Brandon Mekele. I really think Belgium need to get the ball into the feet of Jeremy Doku and De Bruyne more often. They're both sort of congregating in this centre and right-hand side. De Bruyne, obviously a free license. He can go wherever he wants to go. Senegal aren't necessarily man-marking him. Ball from De Bruyne to Ketelada down the line. All cleared away by Niakate. Keeping Leandro Trossard from getting on the end of that one. 2 balls on the pitch. So Doku from the Castagna throw. Nice turn out of trouble there. De Bruyne, Doku. Shifting inside, Doku. Laying it off to De Bruyne. Blocked away though by Trezeguet. Sadio Mane's pass broken up, so Belgium come away with it. Mekele to the keeper. Steadied way here well though, Belgium. Drinks break obviously came at a great time for them, but just felt momentum was overwhelmingly heading in one direction. That was Senegal. Mekele, Tielemans. And then obviously got that 2-1 win earlier today versus the DR Congo. Fantastic fighting from them, but in the end, Harry Kane's ability proved too strong. That's a great run from Javi Diarra. Take the ball in his stride. Carried away with it and found Sadio Mane. Numbers joining for the Senegal attack, including Iliman Ndiaye and Pap Gay. Think ball out to the left where Jacobs is. Trezeguet. Fantastic play by the referee. Sadio Mane. Diarra. Mane! It was a beautiful build-up play. And Mane just needed that far post finish. Unable to find so, though. That's what Senegal can do. Nice and intricate here. Tight spaces. This give and go, though, perfect. Javi Diarra back to goal. the layoff in the path of Sadio Mane, taking his stride and look to try and whip that, but the defender Timothy Castagna getting back and disrupting that effort, so fantastically done from him. Senegal come again though. Mane, partially tripped. Great defending. Right, Diatta out there. It's a Belgian build again here. Brandon Mekele. To Tiat. Now on the left-hand side where Leandro Trossard is. 8 minutes of the interval. It's a very, very compact Senegalese shape. They haven't been that great defensively, as we've said, but they conceded 3 goals in both their first 2 matches. Keep in mind that was Norway and France. Both teams already through to the round of 16. And then that'll be a stat for the historians. Or the ball put in. The Copa couldn't get his feet sorted there. Might be the first ever time that 3 teams from a group have made it to the round of 16. Obviously, the new tournament format allows for that. Trossard not happy there with Pape Gay's gone down quite softly, he thought. Let's have a look at that Sadio Mane effort. Habib Diarra in that number 10 basically role has been very, very exciting to watch. He's so defensively sound with Idrissa and Pape Gay back there, shielding that back line. So Habib Diarra can really operate as that almost secondary striker up there. And he's just sort of located himself in front of that back four, in between the 2 deep line midfielders and Ismail Assar, who I thought would make a very, very isolated figure, but has maximized any of his chances he's got with the ball anywhere near his vicinity. Tiat. Cross to Mekele. Senegal showing me a lot of signs of what Mexico did yesterday, which was great start of the game, energetic start, get an early goal, and then have your shape and sit in it. And when you have the ball, you can go and attack forward, but you have the chance to counter because you're going to allow pressure to build onto you, but you're comfortable where you're sitting. They've got the back foot that's very compact. They've got the front 5 in front of that, a little bit broader. And then obviously Ismail Assar up top. It makes for a very, very hard shape to break down. That is a beautiful kick from Diat. Hasn't quite made its way to Iliman Ndiaye though. Now with Kevin De Bruyne. Ball down the channel. Trossard. Mekele. Saying that's been a good spell for Belgium. Good possession from them. Just probing and poking away here. Trying to get the better of the Senegalese rear guard. That so far has looked impenetrable. But we know there's goals that they concede. They concede it in clumps as well. That's a great forward run. De Kuiper. They cut back to the penalty spot where no one was. It was the right idea, just the execution was poorly done. Maybe sign of his youth there, De Kuiper. It's a slow play for Belgium. We saw a lot of this against Egypt and Iran. They struggled to break down sides. That sat in a block in front of them. Now that Senegal got the goal, they'll believe they are a stronger back line and can cause more defensive trouble for this Belgium side than Iran and Egypt did. Nick Karte is down. There's the contact. The Kuiper to the shove in the back there. Rudy Garcia has a lot to think about here for the halftime break. Those Belgian fans, once again, will be thinking another ball fest. They're not the biggest creators, Belgium. De Bruyne passed his best. Doku isolated. No clear centre forward. De Ketelaere will try, but he's not your proper number 9. Not a number 9 you need for a World Cup. Look at Mbappe. Look at Harry Kane. Look at what Mateus Cunha's done for Brazil. Ball back for Belgium. 2.5 minutes to the half-time break. Tielemans. Mekela. That's left now with Leandro Trossard. Hits that long ball. De Bruyne takes it down off his chest. Fantastically well. And feeds Jeremy Doku, who shifts the ball on his right foot. Oh, and deflected. Nearly in. And Diao, very well to adjust his body weight and catch that one. All comes though through Kevin De Bruyne. Holds off against Cease. At least that ball to Doku and the nick of Jacobs. All claimed by Diao. He sends that long. Papke pulling Vanaken to ground there. Belgium just trying to lift levels here and just trying to look the better of the two sides. If they don't go in with a goal, maybe they can go in some momentum here. The Ketelaere. Chance to swivel and turn and put a ball in. It was blocked behind. Belgium corner kick. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne will go over and take this one. So Belgium crown that 6-yard box. Trossard, Vanaken, De Ketelaere, Mekela all in there. De Bruyne towards the edge. De Kuiper! What a save from Diao. That looked on target for Maxime De Kuiper. And I tell you, it was on target. A beautiful diving save. Top right hand, tips it wide. That is wallpaper-esque type save from Diao and goal. And De Bruyne again. We've got 5 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Low drilling out, swing up. Made it very, very difficult for the Kuiper to cushion out or control that and straight out where and put out a play where it came from. Diao long. Great post-drinks period here for Belgium. They have countered what Senegal did in the first 27 or so minutes. Habib Diarra beating De Kuiper to it and then feeding through Iliman Ndiaye. And this is where Senegal can be dangerous. On the counter, Iliman Ndiaye shifting inside. The ball fell in the end to Papke, but unconventionally. And his shot was put well wide. Wasted chance there for Senegal. Wasted chance for Iliman Ndiaye. He was normally a little bit more clinical than that. Mekela to Yuri Tielemans. Can they take something into half-time here, Belgium? Pressure has been building. Castagna, De Bruyne, Doku. De Bruyne. They're going to return the ball to Doku. Senegal shield it well. It's out of play though. It's going to be a goal kick. More precious seconds tick off the clock here. Senegal, you can tell, are pretty keen to find half time here. Get into the break, regroup, and go again. Ball to the Ismail Assar direction. Never going to beat anyone in that aerial duel. Foul coming in there by Pap Gay, who is more of that. Players in it take some fouls and probably take a yellow card with him in order to protect that back line. But in recent times, Belgium have utilised the wide spaces much better. They haven't gone down the middle. They've gone out wide to great effect as well. Tielemans into Timothy Castagna. Now Mecca. With 2 minutes remain here in first half stoppages. Trossard. He's got a player further left of him. Try to feed one through, but partially blocked away by Liman and Jai. Tielemans, Doku, away from 2 challenges. And the first one is where he was fouled. So a free kick for Belgium. A free kick which Kevin De Bruyne will surely line up. Multiple challenges and feet flying in on Doku. And no one winning the football. A pretty simple call to be made there. So then De Bruyne, De Kuiper. It's going to take something very special from out here, but very special is Kevin De Bruyne's forte. It's going to be a 4-man Senegalese wall. No draft excluded yet. De Bruyne around 20 or so yards out. It's actually the Kuiper who's taken it into the Senegalese wall. And Diatta can just get rid of it. Senegal get out here, and that should take us then to half-time. 10 seconds to go here until the interval. Great start for Senegal. Halted by that drinks break, and then Belgium does a good pushing here since that hydration break. They've gotten the ball and they've made things happen. And they could make something else happen here right at the end. Doku past Jacobs. Tielemans. Well from Yuri Tielemans, ball in. Headed well away. Second ball for De Bruyne. Comfortable into the ground. And a chance. That goes begging. That then takes us to half-time. It is Habib Diarra who has scored a game-changing goal so far. A great start for Senegal. They deserve their lead. But Belgium built into the game. Had a strong finish in that first half. Second half is going to be very, very interesting. Belgium have to strike back. Senegal, can their rear guard keep them at bay? We have to wait and see. Short half-time break, guys. We'll be right back in around 10 minutes' time. It's Belgium 0, Senegal 1. Alrighty, guys. Second half actually not too far away. Just set up the camera. So Big Rom is ready to come on. The Ketelada makes way. Don't think anything wrong with what he did. It's just this team is struggling. They did an outlet, and Big Rom is that outlet. He's been a superstar on the bench twice now so far in this tournament. Can he make it 3 from 4? Can Senegal keep this clean sheet? Can they keep Belgium at bay? You expect Belgium to come out the second half like a house on fire. Then he'll show some rear guard, some defensive action. The countdown is on here for the second half. We are underway here, second half in Seattle. Senegal getting us kicked off in their green strip from left to right. Belgium also in their chain strip from right to left. Straight away down the throat of Ismail Assar. Feeds it out wide. There is Sadio Mane. Oh, little nutmeg cutting inside. Set to the edge of the area. Gay shot blocked. A really bright start here for Senegal. Ball put in. Not fully dealt with though. Iliman Ndiaye the chance. Ndiaye. Placed it wide. Trying to shoot through bodies there. Unfortunate for Iliman Ndiaye. But really good start though for Senegal. Much more direct, more active. They needed to start the second half off after a sloppy end to the first. There is being pragmatic, then there's being too defensive. I think that's what they were in that first half here right at the end. Advantage given the way of Belgium. Through Leandro Trossard now. He looks to go forward. Into Vanaken. Just left it behind Romelu Lukaku. They're going to have to work to him in this second half here. The ball go to him and then work off the second balls. Lukaku with the only substitution appearance here at this World Cup. But he's come off the bench to, as I said, such great impact. Such an injury-interrupted season for Napoli. Hoping to string together some more games this season around Antonio Conte obviously leaving that football club. So interesting to see their rebuild. Here's a great turn from Iliman Ndiaye. Away from Tiat. Not many numbers there to support him though. So recycles it backwards to Diatta with Idrissa Gueye. Big switch of play for Jacobs. Now with Sadio Mane. Throughout this tournament, hasn't really made the impact of the man which we know Sadio Mane to be. It's been Ismail Assar, Iliman Ndiaye, Mbaye, others in that realm. Rather than Sadio Mane being that out-and-out goal threat. 2 minutes in this second half, and we're seeing what we would expect. Cagey from both teams in the first half, I thought at times. Second half, much more open, much more aggressive. I really thought it was much more of a cagier game in that first 45. Little 1v1 battles. Both teams getting that rear guard, that rear shape. And numbers behind the ball. You might see one of the two teams look to be a little bit more aggressive here in this second half. In particular, Belgium from the start. Throw more numbers forward. More cautious of the wind. De Kuiper. Trossard into Vanaken. Tillemans. Obviously, no need for Senegal to be a little bit more expansive, but I expect Belgium to commit numbers up the pitch here. Maybe trying to overload the wide space with winger and fullback combinations and target Senegal that way. Mekela to Trossard. That's a very poor touch from Maxime de Kuiper. He's struggled in this one. Wasteful. Touches loose. Belgium, you feel it's not like a moment. It's going to be a consistent level of improvement for them and build until they score that goal. Some teams have those sort of 5-minute spells, or a 10-minute period of time where they can really dominate the game and then get on top. I think for Belgium, it'll be overwhelming amounts of pressure, consistent attacking threat, possession over a sort of 20-minute period. That's going to get the better of this Senegalese backline because they do crack under pressure. But what Belgium can't afford to do here in the first half is concede a second inside the first 10 minutes. They seem to be giving up a lot of space for this Senegalese side to build and get into their final third. Here they are with Iliman and Jai. Ismail Assar to Pape Gueye across to Sadio Mane. He works towards the bar line, cuts the ball back. That's the chance! Oh! And Diarra could have made it too. Pulled his chance wide. Massive opportunity goes wasted. Shifts that ball in his left foot. Sadio Mane, oh, has to hit the target. Has to. Penalty spot. A lot of space to operate. And wasted it. Will they look back in that chance there, Senegal, and think, what if? Long ball. Ismail Assar takes that perfectly. Is it the chance? Ismail Assar! Senegal make it 2. And it's a goal-scoring machine. The sensational Ismail Assar. What a goal. And Senegal have daylight between them and Belgium. And as the sun shines on Sarr, is the light fizzling out in the golden generation for Belgium? Is that the dagger? Ismail Assar, what a hit, son. It's been a great start of the second half again. It's a long ball. I think it's near Kart out there in his own half. Dinks one, puts it over the top. But this take, chest controlled it, bring it down almost dead. And then a rifling finish. Ferociously smashed past Thibaut Courtois by Ismail Assar. And that second might be the daylight that this Senegal side need. It's been a beautiful start in the second 45. They've made up for a sluggish end to the first half. And now they're 2 to the good. The sensational Sarr. And the superb Senegalese side have daylight. And those fans behind the goal can believe. They can almost taste around a 16 now. And the iconic celebration comes out for Ismail Assar. The European champion is making his statement on the world stage in this tournament. 4 out of 4 now for Ismail Assar. The ball was fabulous, but the take and the finish from Ismail Assar, he's had little to do because he's played that number 9 role, has been bypassed a lot. Hasn't got many touches of it. When he did, what a finish. I mentioned they cannot concede in the first 10 minutes. What have Belgium done? Concede in the first 10 minutes. To be honest, they don't really deserve to be here. There's more worthy teams, I think, of the round of 32. Think about what Iran did in the group with Belgium. I thought they were a better side. It's obviously about matchups as well. They've got a favourable one here going up against a third place qualifier. But they're not good enough, this Belgian side. Here's that goal again. What a take. Off his chest is Ismail Assar, and then wraps his right foot around it and smacks it home. Jacobs. Sadio Mane looked at, knocked that ball past Tielemans. Great footwork from Jeremy Doku. And taken out there. There's not a yellow card for Jacobs. It's pretty clear the struggles of this side because every opposition has basically gone to try and destroy and hack at Jeremy Doku because they know outside of Doku, where's the threat going to come from? It's a very flat, placid display again Vanaken fouled. It's a light one by Iliman and Jai there. You have to see, though, what the inquest is going to be like for the Belgian national team. Is it just an acceptance of their time has come and gone? Or is it we need to develop more, because it's a very, very mediocre side they've put out there. Ball for Big Rom. Gets out of his feet and finds Yuri Tillemans. Pull that wide to Jeremy Doku. This is where Belgium can be dangerous. Doku step overs. Cut back ball blocked by Jacobs there. That's more positive from Belgium. Jeremy Doku's day's done. And De Bruyne. Wow. Talk about swinging the axe. So Raskin and Lukebakio for De Bruyne and Doku. Wow. 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 That might be one of the worst substitutions of all time. And by the shake of the head from Doku and the lack of eye contact between the manager and De Bruyne, I don't think those two are very happy being taken off. Who's first touch there from Ismail Assar, but the loose ball won by Senegal, and they come away with Ismail Assar now. Down his left-hand side. Down the channel. Jacobs getting forward. Well cleared by Tiat. Really vibrant start from Senegal. More like what we saw in the first half. Working transition well. Being a little bit more direct and forward thinking in the possession as well. Iliman Jai. Haven't seen too much of him today. Here is Habib Diarra. He's got that opening goal. Set back for Iliman Jai. Diatta tripped and fouled by Raskin. And quite flat faces by the Belgian fans in the crowd. This has been uninspiring. It's looked, yeah, as I said, really sluggish and just not creative. They need a goal. They need it now. They need some sort of attacking play altogether. It's flat out there. This place has lost its flair. Lost its energy from the crowd as well. It's sort of been sapped out of it by that second Senegalese goal. Lukebakio sets it back for Timothy Castagna. So Belgium, we're back to Thibaut Courtois. See about the match momentum there. Great start from Senegal. Well counted at the end of the first half by Belgium. But this second half start has been fantastic once again from Senegal. That ball rolled into Big Rom. Lukaku. Vanaken just couldn't get his feet sorted. Clearing ball, though, repelled. And Belgium come back with it through Leandro Trossard. Wide right to Lukebakio. Oh, gee. Sent two defenders to the ground. Look back here. Senegal back in that shape again as we tick towards the hour mark. Toad ball finds the way of Lukaku. Lukaku still. Tielemans' effort. Smashed into the side netting. Took a nick though. So corner kick. Tielemans over to take this one. A right footed out swinger. So Tielemans then easily dealt with by Diatta. Really poor delivery. Senegal get up. Get back in their shape here. Thibaut Courtois. Ball. First contact one by Yuri Tielemans though. Here's Tiat. Charging forward. Trying to take that grass ahead of him. Trossard. Cute ball looking for Tielemans. Worked out a play by the Senegalese backline. That defensive line is getting deeper and deeper and tighter and tighter. It's going to be more difficult to break down here. They need something magical. Is this the moment? Lukaku. Look back here. Body's in the way again though. The goal, they need it before that drinks break. It will come at the 67th minute mark. So they can work hard here. Fashion that chance. It's a foul. Rudy Garcia continues to give the message to the oncoming substitute. Diatta. Set back for Cease, who just searching for territory. Mekele's touch was a little bit loose, but picked up upon by Raskin in the midfield. Trossard in the back of him. Another foul. Another overzealous challenge by Diatta. They have been very much in close vicinity for Doku, who'd gone off, and now Leandro Trossard as well. So Moreta on for Vanaken. This Belgian response hasn't been all too convincing. Like we saw Ecuador yesterday try and respond versus Mexico. And they were that clinical or that dangerous. They look more potent than this Belgian attack right now. Who just struggling to string together passes. Mekele's gone and taken out Ismail Assar and picked up a yellow card for his wrongdoings. Really smart little flick around the corner from Ismail Assar. He felt Mekele coming and smartly just ran into him, brought to ground. And a smart bit of play to draw a yellow card from the centre half. So Mekele, the only player in the book so far. Thought for Kevin De Bruyne on the bench now. What is he thinking? His team has notoriously, continuously underperformed. And looks like another disappointing result here in this tournament. And ball for Diao. Straight to the hands of Thibaut Courtois. That ball partially broken up by Iliman and Jai. It's fallen the way, though, of Leandro Trossard. The Arsenal man getting further forward here. Feeding Raskin. Now out wide, if I look back here. Little floater inside. Lukaku's chest control. And set up a runner coming on, but there was a Senegal players there first. Another stoppage in this game. It's been stop-start in the second half. Assane Diao's going to come on here. Sorry, Lamine Camara. I thought it was Assane Diao. Who's number? He's Lamine Camara. He'll come on for Pape Gueye. To the strong response to the fans. I appreciate Pape Gueye's work. So on comes Camara. We tick into the 67th minute, so you assume any further stoppage from here will lead us to the three-quarter time interval. And that next drinks break. Belgium yet to respond to that second Senegal goal, scored by Ismail Assar. Oh, Porky Ray from Mekele. Camara was onto it. Habib Diarra and Jai. And Belgium can work out of there, that tough spot. Tielemans going to thread one through. Camara's first touch is poor and loose, and Trossard brought to ground again. Yellow card straight away. That's a poor challenge. Leandro Trossard has been in the wars in this one. Heavy attention going his way. That's a really bad challenge from Camara. What a fed by Diatta. He's going to start fighting against Raskin there, trying to win that 50-50 duel. Belgium keep the football. I'll come back the other way now. Timothy Castagna. Tian. 96 seconds in, and Camara picked up the yellow card. That is probably one of the worst starts a substitute can make. So Mekele now with Tiat. Nothing to really scream and shout about for Belgium. They've really just been off the pace today. Mekele. Around the corner of Raskin. Luke Bacchio takes it in. I feel the substitutes combining here. De Kuiper. Here is Moreira, the other substitution. Ball put in. That is an awkward clearance by Camara. And Diao comfortably claiming, though. He's had a really funky start, hasn't he, Camara? He's coming off the bench. And Jai back to Diatta. And Cease just pushed off it. Mistake for him at the back. De Kuiper. Ball looking for Romelu Lukaku. Just behind him. Sadio Mane back to clean up, but he's also loose in possession as well. Senegal making some mistakes here. Ball lofted in. Lukaku, the target. Just behind him. That then is time for a drink. 2-0. Senegal lead. And it's all starting to kick off here between the Belgian players. And everything's going to boil over now. Trossard and Tielemans is going at it. It is not looking good here for Belgium. It is all falling apart very, very quickly for them. 2-0 in favour of Senegal. Short break, guys. And we'll be back after the end of the first drinks break. So back with second half action here. And Pat Matassar coming on. It's Habib Diarra, the goal scorer. And Iliman and Jai making way. We saw just before the interval, though, the coming together there with Leandro Trossard and Yuri Tielemans. Frustrations are building. It's been a frustrating game to watch for Belgium. They just haven't been able to string anything together. That's a stat that's been reiterated. Belgium not had an attempt on target in the second half. I think 2 in the first half. It's few and far between for them. Versus a Senegal side that are known for their attacking football, but not for their defensive displays. 3 to Norway and France, respectively. Did put 5 past Iraq and conceded 0 there. So that was a positive in their group stages. But they've not looked solid defensively yet. Belgium unable to break them down. But their rear guard today has looked unchallenged and unfazed by this Belgian attack. Probably saying more about the Belgian attack than anything else. Trossard. Swings the play out wide here to Timothy Castagna. Now Luke Bacchio. Great challenge flying in on Jacobs. And the counter-attack is on. And it's led here. Ball fainted to put in there by the Senegal wide man, Camera. They approach the final knockings. This one now, quarter of an hour to go. Senegal will love this. Just possession. Force Belgium just to defend. And the Senegal chant rings around Seattle. Here's Cease. Belgium have to go and win this ball back. It's nothing worse when you're 2 down and having to chase the ball. 25th minute, Diarra goal. Followed by the 51st minute, Ismail Assar goal. Both different types of goals are really well taken. Direct goal on the break for Ismail Assar. Beautiful touch and finish. And Diarra was the fox in the box. Reacting first to the ball coming off the upright. Winner of this one here, which looks like Senegal facing the winner of Bosnia and USA, which has come next. Thomas Meunier readying himself here. He'll make a late cameo. By too much venom on that pass, so I'll be taken in there by Camera. Strong work by Luke Bacchio. Challenger flying in there by Camera. Raskin from midfield. Back with Raskin. Belgium shifting focus from right to left. Tiat's long range effort. Speculative at best. And the counter-attack is on. That's a wasted hit pass. Overhit. Gave Sadio Mane no chance. Even Sadio Mane at his peak of his power was going to chase that one in. Raskin. Luke Bacchio. More chance on the break here for this Senegalese side, with Belgium definitely committing numbers up the pitch now. Raskin, back post to Kuiper. Away by Cease. Headed back into a dangerous area by Mekele. Big rising header from Diatta. Luke Bacchio chopping inside. Thanks to shoot. Luke Bacchio again inside. Luke Bacchio! Narrowly wide of the mark. And that's Bright. And that was almost the moment for them to get their way back into this game. Thomas Meunier on for Maxime de Kuiper. No surprises there. It's had a disappointing game today, de Kuiper. Foul by Meunier on Sadio Mane on the far side there. The left for Senegal. Okay, not a crazy game for Sadio Mane. Raskin, back here. That's a really loose, poor back pass. And that sums up Belgium's day. Sadio Mane charging forward. Ball blocked by Mekele. If they make it 3, it becomes an embarrassment here for Belgium. Mane looked to just nick on past there ahead of Thomas Meunier, but unable to do so. The clearance so straight back to Senegal. And by Diatta. question is, where to next now for Belgium? European Championships coming up in 2 years' time in the United Kingdom and Ireland. That's going to be an interesting watch for them. Can they contribute or play a big part in that tournament? Still rated one of the highest sides in the world, which is quite outstanding considering how poor they've been for probably the last 4 to 5 years. Giving away there, and Senegal finding harder. And first to loose balls. And it is a foul against Timothy Castagna and a foul on the edge of the area for Senegal to put in the box. Morera, just a loose pass from him. And Senegal pressing higher and pressing better later in this game. Senegal fans remain in fine voice. The side here have basically got the job done. 9 minutes plus some stoppages. And there's going to be Kamara to whip this set piece in, you'd assume. The out swing up. No, it's an in-swinging ball. Jacobs to whip it in. No one really getting there. Idrissa Gueye sending that ball forward. Thomas Meunier winning that aerial duel. Look back here the seconds. But his touch just got away from him and out of play. Quality, consistency, and the football just hasn't been there for Belgium today. See what the XG, 1.43 to 0.41. Sometimes XG lies to you, but that doesn't lie there. It's been that type of game. It's probably even more in favour of Senegal. It probably should be 2 to 0.4. Castagna back to Thibaut Courtois. Belgium try again here from the back. Mekele. I've been really surprised with. There's a lack of creativity out wide. Thought De Kuyper and Castagna would overload the wide spaces. Thought Doku and Trossard would pose a threat. But close marking on the wingers, and the fullback's not really committing up the pitch, and it's been quite quiet out there. Headed wide by Castagna. This time he gets in and crashes the box, but heads wide under some duress. Even again, that Romelu Lukaku's come on and they haven't fed him anything. So nothing to operate with. Oh. Shot off. Oh. Yuri Tielemans. He manufactured space. Couldn't find the target. Wouldn't that make this game interesting if they scored now? Belgium. Come from the back. Yeah, Senegal playing out from the back. Winning some duels. Ball's going their way all of a sudden. He would have thought sometimes a bit of hard work, a bit of grit can make up for the lack of quality. That's what they've showed here the last few moments, but has a sense of too little too late for them. Long ball for Ismail Assar. Mekele wins that duel. But first there is just a gun again. Sadio Mane. Sent through. Thibaut Courtois had to make that save to prevent it being 3-0. Pamat Assar, camera. Flag goes up. Very delayed. Gee, he's on. Belgium come forward here. Need a goal now. Look back here. To Mekela. Now Tiat. All 5 Belgium subs have been made. So it's going to be these guys on the pitch. They're going to have to try and make a difference here in a maximum of 10 or so minutes. Oh, Senegal pressing well. Matassa getting there ahead of Tielemans. Now Sadio Mane. Numbers arriving in the box. The cut back. Reached no one in particular. And the outball well taken down by Rom Lukaku. And Trossard can skip away. Moreta chopping inside. Shifting from left to right here. Raskin. Can he tee one up? Raskin rolled into Lukaku. Back here for Trossard. Look good. But again, Senegalese body's in the way. They can't get rid now. Lukaku! Off the bench again. Big Rom keeps his country in this game. And maybe Belgium do have a heartbeat. And time again in this tournament, Big Rom has come to the rescue for Belgium. It really comes from nothing. It's a half chance. It's poor quality. The ball's just bobbling around, and it's just the ball put in there. But if you put a ball near Romelu Lukaku, he'll find the back of the net. Meunier the sub to Lukaku the sub. And he's there ahead of Cease. And a flicked finish over the top of Diarra in goal. And Belgium have a lifeline. They have a goal back. And Big Rom may have delivered one of his most important finishes in his national team career. Can this keep them in the game? And now then, do Senegal have the bottle to hold on? Did they have the mentality to stay in this game and keep Belgium at bay? Belgium will come with intent and with belief now. Big Rom delivers again. Now then. Ismail Assar. Mbai's through. Mbai. Wasted chance. Wasted opportunity. Just snatched at the shot and it went high and wide. Romelu. Now then. Belgium look in the mood. Trossard. Shifts the ball on his right foot. And Drissegate nips in. Can't get out though. Senegal are reeling. Tiat. It is kitchen sink stuff now. Numbers well and truly up there, occupying that back line for Senegal. Crossfield pass from Raskin to Moreta. Adjusting his body weight inside. Trossard. A dink ball towards the back post. It's in! It's 2-2! And from nowhere, Belgium draw level. They were on the canvas. But the Belgians are back. And they have more than just life. They're alive. And they're fighting here at the end. Wow. Out of nothing, from nowhere. They look dead, out on their feet. But what a comeback. This is just football, isn't it? It has a funny way of doing things. And all the players up there, Yuri Tielemans rises highest. Keeper, 2 centre-halves are in there. But Yuri Tielemans got forward, got clattered by Dial, and headed home. What a header for Tielemans. And somehow, some way, Belgium have worked their way back. No right to be level in this one. They've been poor. They've been sluggish. They've been monotonous. But inspired substitutions and a bit of fight shown by this side right at the end means they are level. And look what it means to those Belgian fans. And we know how Senegal struggle defensively. This game isn't over yet. It could be 1 in 90. And somehow Rudy Garcia's got a yellow card for that. I don't know what for. A game on. 2 apiece. Who would have thought it? Are we going to get another crazy late winner? Or are we going to extra time? Just longer than 2 minutes between the first and second Belgian goals. We've got 7 minutes of stoppage time here added on. There's a real chance that Belgium go and win this one now. I ruled them off. I put a line through them. I thought Belgium were out. Long ball to Big Rom. Look at him. He's changed his game, Romelu. Great hold-up play. Away from one challenge to the next. And feeds through. Tielemans. The cutback. Oh! That nearly ended up in. Big Bacchio in the box. Romelu Lukaku has changed his game. It was his goal from nothing. And now his inspirational hold-up work. What a reverse ball to find Yuri Tielemans. And it's just caution to the wind. It's just attacking football. Numbers forward. And sheer amount of willpower and the sheer amount of numbers in and around the box have gotten the better of Senegal. Outswinger. All of a sudden they're in the mood here. Meunier. Look back, you couldn't win that duel. It's come the way of Tielemans, though. Tielemans ball in. Diao quite comfortably catching. And he was fouled. Trying to take his kick. I don't know what the Senegal players are arguing about there. Just a smart foul. Thomas. That wasn't Muniz. Mekele there. Three out of the 7 minutes are down. Think about the chances that Senegal missed. The control they had over this game. And if they end up losing this, whether in regulation, extra time, or pens, they will be kicking themselves. The vulnerabilities remain, though. We've seen it all tournament long. They've conceded a lot of goals. Long ball, aerial duel, which Mekele wins. Tiat now the other way. Did Belgium fancy it here? They go after it. Long ball to Lukaku direction. An aerial duel, which he fancies, and heads that ball down. Oreida following in for the seconds. Diatta keeps it in play. Well, press from Trossard. Moreira out of play. And a flag goes up, unfortunately, against Belgium. The tension has risen tenfold. This game is just sauntering out. But Romelu Lukaku would enter the game, and all of a sudden everything changed. Great touch around the corner from Ismail Assar. Jacobs now getting further forward, chopping inside. Sets one back to Pat Matassar. Idrissa Gueye. Diatta and Mbaye. Does Senegal have a trick up their sleeve here? Can they counter this Belgian avalanche late on? Belgium now back in their numbers. Senegal trying to push to win it. Camera, cease. This goes to extra time. We just feel that Belgium, with the belief now, carry that momentum in this extra time, probably win it. Camera, Idrissa Gueye, near Karte. They shift from right to left here. Senegal, they just need to get a ball in the box right now. They go nowhere with it. Belgium are keeping them at bay right now. Diatta and Mbaye. Can't get past Castagna. Moreda. He just sends it up the pitch and looks for distance. Near Karte will get the beating of Romelu Lukaku up there. And he will dribble away with it. Near Karte. Sadio Mane. Idrissa Gueye. Mbaye. Idrissa Gueye takes it on. Pulls it wide. We got now a minute to go in regulation stoppages. How this Senegal side have let this lead slip, I may never know. The game was so in control. But a moment of chaos now. And Belgium are in it. They fancy their chances now. One for look, Bacchio. Flicked on by Trossard. Moreda couldn't take it down. Went to ground. Wasn't it the foul from the referee? Senegal send it forward. Tiat has to send it out of play. They've got 20 seconds here. Senegal a long throw potentially to find something in the 90. If not, getting an extra half an hour of free football. Diatta to Mbaye. Near Karte. Back to the far side where Jacobs is. Well overhit. And that will do us, you think? So there you go. What a comeback from Belgium. They came to life late on. Big Rom and Yuri Tillemans in the space of just over 2 minutes. After Senegal had the game wrapped up, you thought, around the 80th minute. They scored 2 in quick time, and we have game on here. And we'll get 30 minutes of extra free football. Lukaku in the 86th. Tillemans in the 89th. I'll be short break here to resettle ourselves here and get going here for extra time. It's 2-2 and 30 more minutes of football. Alrighty, guys, you got an extra half an hour of football for free here. Can't complain with that. Senegal have made some changes. Sadio Mane's made way. Xhaka's made way as well. They haven't yet. I saw that appear on my screen, but they're still on the pitch, so maybe not. So 30 extra minutes of football here. Extra time is underway. I've totally missed the clock there. This World Cup continues to deliver us crazy knockout matches. Great run from Mbaye. Sadio Mane now. Mbaye. Camera. I don't want to point on one player, but he came on and has not done anything, can actually cause more dramas than solutions for Senegal. Can Senegal refine their focus, their composure here in extra time? Or is it going to slide away and slip away for them here? Will we get a winner in 120? Or will we have to go to spot kicks again? We saw the drama of the last African side in spot kicks. It's Morocco to come back later versus the Netherlands. And they end up winning on the spot kicks. By that game, it was the Dutch who were holding on and end up losing out. It was the Senegalese here that are holding on. And in the space of 2 minutes, the game went from 2-0 to 2-2. Senegal have 2 substitutions ready in the touchline, though, as they look to refine control. Sadio Mane gets there. Idrissa Gueye. Tiat in the way. Moreira. Can Belgium be inspired now after that comeback to produce some better football in the final third? Mekele. Back to Thibaut Courtois, who really has had nothing to do outside of pick the ball out of his net, really. Here is Raskin. Little dink ball. That is initially well dealt with by Diatta, and a foul by Castagna, quite light, to be honest. And Senegal will now make those substitutions. And I'll fix this camera up. So Malik Diouf comes on, and Nicholas Jackson comes on. Sadio Mane and Jacobs make way. Good reception for those who have come off and put in a good shift today. Sadio Mane not happy. I have to agree with the manager, though, because I didn't think he's had that great of an impact in this one. Tiat trying to feed one through. Tielemans and Pap Gay going toe-to-toe in there. Long ball looking for Nicholas Jackson off the bench, but calmly headed back to the goalkeeper by Thomas Meunier. It's going to be a very, very interesting next half an hour. Who dares to go for it? We can see often in these extra time periods where teams go in their shell a little bit more and don't take the game on. By fouled by Timothy Castagna. Just reading through the break. Tottenham have done it again. They've not only bought Matheus Fernandes, but also Sandro Tonali. It's looking at 90+ million euros for that move. Just a game makes way here. So Tottenham have spent 180 million in the space of a couple of days on 2 midfield players. It's crazy from them. So in Jayon, Trissa Gay makes way. Double deflection. So it comes with Ismail Assar, and it'll be a throw here on this near side for Belgium. So there is Tiat. 5 minutes in now to this first period of 15. Nothing really much has happened. We see this a lot. I said it in the other game, which we covered of extra time, Netherlands and Morocco. Fair 15 is more of a feeling out process. Get the legs moving. Try and see off some of that fatigue. And the second 15 is a bit more of an end-to-end battle. The fatigue plays a part. Meunier couldn't get that ball to skip past Malik Diouf. Another weak foul. Goes Senegal's way. Soft call that. So Diao. Senegal looked to regain a proper grapple hold of this game here after that Belgium storming comeback at the end of that second half of normal time. Big crunching challenge goes in on Ismail Assar, but cleanly won by Thomas Meunier, and Belgium come here the other way. Raskin now for Belgium, halfway through this first period of extra time. Switch to play to the left for Tiat. Back with Meunier. Got a lot of numbers occupying that back line for Senegal with this Belgian side. A lot coming up the pitch here. They've committed to being front-footed. They just need to have that incision now, which they had twice in quick time to score 2 very quick goals. Another ball whipped in. Over a hit of everyone, but can be recycled here by Meunier. He also overhits it over everyone as well. 2 really poor crosses back-to-back. And that, for the most part, is how this game has sort of panned out. Trossard, ooh, look back here, look through. Trossard furious again. Some of the Belgian fans who have found their voice here at Seattle. It's a little trip. Not much there on Njai. Yeah, long ball, flicked header on. Look at this Jackson pressing. He's a player at this time of the game that you'd want to have on your team. Bit wild, bit rash, but quick, deadly, dangerous. Tiat. That's left-hand side, recycle back to Tiat. Belgium continuing to possess and put the pressure on the Senegalese backline. Don't know how long they can hold on, though, for Senegal. Done this and conceded 2 late in the 90. You want to encourage more pressure on you. Lukaku tried to sneak one in behind. That's a dangerous-looking ball over the top, but all broken up there. And by Diatta. Shifts one inside. Good challenge, though. Goes in. And Belgium win that ball back again quickly. Well done once more from Belgium. They're winning those duels. They're winning those battles now. These are things that they weren't doing in the first half. And in the opening portion of the second half. We've seen this though now twice from Senegal. First half started really well. Scored the goal. Went to rubbish. Second half the same thing. Scored the early goal. Good for the first half of the second half. And then the second half of that second 45 wasn't good either. They just take their foot off the gas too much. So they missed a few chances on the break or in front of goal, and they'll regret that. But how you can let a 2-goal lead slip with less than 10 to go, I'll never know. Lukaku unable to get a touch on that ball, put in his path. Foul by Castagna. Antoine Ismail Assar is now not the sole forward. Nicholas Jackson up there with him. Free kick for Camara. He feeds it to Niakate. Juve. Well blocked away. And the pressing, the edgy remains from Belgium. They're playing the better football right now. They're playing with more belief right now. Juve's throw. Oh, Trossard with a crossfield pass straight away to Mbai. Is that mistake going to be costly? Mbai slipped. Clearance, so not too far. Diatta repels it. Camera. Njai. Malik Diouf. Can Senegal just find that tick up, that edge in the final third once again, which has gone missing because they scored that second goal. Can they find some quality? Diatta's been good today. And Bayer has that quality. Oh, me. Tired earlier here. Senegal chant rings around Seattle. They continue to push here. Trying to respond to this Belgian late storm. Boy, did they storm back. Not the big names involved. Lukaku, Meunier, Tielemans, Trossard and co. There's that giveaway from Trossard. The Belgian fans are in shock at that. That's a good ball. Moreira looking for Lukaku. Quite clearly, he's the man that hit. Tiat. Fizzes one in. Trossard on the turn. Trossard away from one. Trossard Shot blocked. One back though, high up the pitch here. Nicola Ruskin. Oh. And Trossard almost got a touch on it. If he'd have redirected that towards goal, that could have been dangerous. But Ruskin taking one on. Chances coming out. A much greater tick for this Belgian side. And more rear guard action having to be shown by the Senegalese side. Mounier went close. Trossard went close to getting a touch onto that. And if they did, well, could have gone anywhere. Could have been in the back of the net as well. Tia wins that aerial duel. Lukaku tries to take it down. No one there to follow up, though. Can't be headed back to his goalkeeper by Timothy Castagna. Belgium pushing, Senegal hanging on. That's sort of the feel right now. So that is the end of the first period of extra time. Few half chances for Belgium, but nothing of note for Senegal. Short break here, guys, and the second period of extra time is not too far away. It's Belgium 2, Senegal 2. All right, another 15 to go here, or will we be deciding this game from 12 yards? Back underway. Do one of these teams dare to win it? The threat for losing it. The Belgium continue their momentum, their pressure. Or does Senegal respond? If it goes to spot kicks, who's really the favourite? You got a great goalkeeper in Thibaut Courtois. What we saw from a couple of days ago, it was more about players just hitting the target, which was a major problem. The nerves. This is when, you know, that's why you get paid the big bucks for these sort of moments. Can you hold your nerve? Tielemans to Lukaku, pretty clear. Who's the man right now? Big Rom. Luke Bacchio. He keeps going here. This is looking dangerous. Trossard. Ball out of his feet. Well taken by Meunier. Off balance. Tielemans. Meunier. Ruskin. Oh, he saw Tielemans score a header. Could make it 2 from 2. Nano reading himself on the touchline there. I wonder if he might be a tactical penalty substitution. Ball flicked on header. Big due to be one. Mekele got there ahead of Nicholas Jackson. But Njai working well in midfield and won that battle versus Ruskin. He was fouled. So Nana ready. Good to go here to come on for the final few moments. To potentially win it. Or to line up for a spot kick. Diatta into midfield where Kamaru is. Pulls that channel down there. Diatta. And by, little give and go. Now a dangerous ball in there. Mekele dealt with it. Threat starting to be posed all of a sudden again by the Senegalese side. After that goal by Ismail Assar in the 51st minute, have struggled to stay in control. They let the control slip, but they were letting it slip to a side in Belgium that looked absolutely down and out. They didn't look like they had any way of breaking down the back line, but they came good. Is this the response though? Options are in there. And by. Put it wide. Put it wide. A missable chance, surely. Free penalty spot. That's twice now they missed an open chance like that. Just got to hit the target. Oh. Opens his foot up to try and redirect to the far corner, but opened up too much. And another big chance goes begging for Senegal. Onana run for Leandro Trossard. Onana's physicality will play a part, no doubt about that. Concern for Tiati. Went down and landed quite firm in his head. I'll look at anything else from Fabrizio while we got this stoppage in play. It's a funny time in the football world right now with the World Cup, but also transfer news going on. So it's £185 million in the 1 day spent to get Tonali and Matheus Fernandes for Spurs. And Bazuma Traore from Hoffenheim is heading to Newcastle United. And now Glass is the new head coach of Forest. That seems weird. Considering everything that went on there. That's strange. I go to bed and I wake up and all this stuff's happened. Here we go, Raskin. Everyone back on, fit and healthy. And we're good to go here for the final 10 minutes of extra time. I think Juve's clearance blocked out of play by Luke Bacchio. Waiting for that one chance for either side. Or did it come already with that and by a miss? Malik Juve for the long throw. Tielemans thought he was taken to ground. Referee saw nothing in that. Another area drill to be one up there. Mekele won it. It's just head tennis right now. Mounier around the corner. Luke Bacchio flicked head up. Camera was there. Here comes Senegal. A little step over. Beautifully done. And here comes Senegal. Pat Matassar had his pass broken up, looking for Nicholas Jackson. The clearance is poor. Ismail Assar. Njai. Long range effort, but straight at Thibaut Courtois. Better action though for Senegal. Shifting the ball onto that left foot and then powering one low and hard, but straight into the path of Thibaut Courtois. (25, 51, 86 and 89, the minutes of the goals. 2-0 lead for Senegal. That seemed unlosable from there. Impossible to throw away, but they have. They haven't totally though just yet. They're still at least in this game, but if Belgium score here in extra time, it would be disaster. I mean, talk about inquests. I was talking about inquests for the Belgian side. Well, the inquest for Senegal, if they drop this, will be huge. Nicholas Jackson over to get that loose ball. And charging at this Belgian backline. Nicholas Jackson. One way then the next. Jackson's ball in. Blocked by Tiad out of play. We've got a Senegal corner kick. Big chance here for Senegal. Dangerous opportunity for them. Not blessed with massive size, but we've seen this tournament so far. Set pieces and set plays have been dangerous. Senegal fans rising in voice. Hoping to suck that ball into the back of the net. Malik Juve's left-footed in swing up. Dangerous area. Assar got the touch, but went up rather than at target. And Courtois now can get reading. There's a chance of Belgium maybe to go quicker and catch out the Senegalese side. Tielemans. Crossfield ball, that's just overhit for Luke Bacchio. Out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Diao. More transitional chances missed. Kevin De Bruyne, Vanaken and Goy watching on with intent. Diao searches out and finds Ismail Assar on that far left-hand side. Tielemans going in there. Onana getting it. The Villa man getting away from trouble. Ball done from Amadou Onana. Just shy of 5 minutes to go on this one. Belgium, the comeback from 2 down to draw level. Can they complete it here in extra time? Or will it be penalties? Ball looking for Lukaku. Got a nick on it. But able to direct it towards goal. Another ball in the box, though. Dangerous. If you're Belgium, you've got 4 minutes here. I'd get as many balls out wide and whip them in as possible because Romelu Lukaku, Trossard, Tielemans will be chopping at the bit for chances like that. Tiad ahead of Nicholas Jackson there. And winning that battle. Raskin. Meunier. Back to Raskin. Now with Amadou Onana. Bacchio to Tiat. Safe possession so far from Belgium. Moreira. This is more likely for them in these tight spaces. Onana. Raskin hitting the deepest right now. Luke Bacchio. He's come very, very skinny, very narrow. Onana. That's a nice incisive pass. Moreira. Ball in. Is this the chance? Luke Bacchio! Off the crossbar. How has that gone to waste? Luke Bacchio had the chance to seal it, the chance to win it for Belgium. But this is what it was again. I said it, just get balls in the box. Oh, it lands perfectly to his feet. There's a question about Tielemans being fouled there. But when it falls here, Luke Bacchio, I thought he has to score. He went with too much pounce off the crossbar and over. And Rudy Garcia cannot believe it. How? How has he missed from there? Maybe just destiny to go to penalties. Because that is almost unmissable. And we've had some unmissable chances at the other end for Senegal as well. Is that a penalty? They're having a look at it. At least you have to have a look at it at least. Gee. He steps on his foot, doesn't he? The check is ongoing. He stops his run at the ball and he collects his foot. Thing is, if Tielemans had a more clear wind up to shoot, it looked more an obvious penalty. The referee trying to get some space here. He kicks to the back of him, doesn't he? I can see this being given. I can see it being given. Do I want it? Don't really know if I do want it, but I can see it being given. It's a standing foot that's been collected, and it impacts his ability to finish the chance off. Wouldn't this be drama right at the end? A long VAR check. He's going to have a look, which is normally not a good sign if you're Senegal. I think it will be given. There's the ball. Tielemans can finish his chance. It's right near him, but he gets kicked down. I think it's going to be given. I think it gets given. I think this is a penalty kick because he's there. He's there to score at the near post and has contact with the foot of Tielemans before going through to get the ball. I think that's the action there because Tielemans are near. If he's a little bit further away from it and it's a coming together, because it looks like a coming together, but it's hit his stand his foot, so he can't score. I think for that reason, it's going to be given. That's Camara again, who's just come on and been of no service at all to Senegal. I think this gets given here. Is it right? I don't know. I'm just going off what a lot of football I've watched, and I think that gets given. Definitely domestically, I think it gets given. Internationally, though, what's the saying? We'll wait for the referee here. The referee walking out, and we'll communicate via the microphone of his verdict. He's going to give it. Yeah. And he gave the reason for the way I gave the reason. Yuri Tillemans would have gotten contact with that ball if it wasn't for the kick through. And for that reason, it's a penalty kick. Yuri Tillemans brought it down in the box. And in stoppage time of extra time, Belgium have a chance to win it. And Camara again. He's had a howler. An absolute howler since coming on. And Belgium, from 2 down in the 84th minute, have the possibility to win this in stoppage time of extra time. Talk about the ultimate salvage job. This could be it. Senegal can argue all they want. It wasn't a great challenge. We know that for a fact. And I think it's because the position Tillemans is in. That impacts it a lot. There's a real goal threat there, being on the edge of the 6-yard box. This is some rubbish being done here by Cease, falling on the penalty spot. I'm going to get a long, long delay here for this penalty. We're probably going to get up to 10 minutes or 12 minutes of stoppage time here. It's going to be Big Rom, isn't it? The legendary goal scorer. Oh, that's... Mate, Cease can get off for that. That's rubbish. That's disgrace. Falling over for that. Grow up. Someone to pick him up and throw him off the pitch for that. So we came into extra time knowing that it could be spot kicks to decide this game. Instead, it's going to be a singular spot kick for Belgium to potentially decide the outcome of this game. Camara's foul on Yuri Tillemans on the edge of the 6-yard box means that Belgium have a penalty in the 5th minute of extra time stoppages. He scored 4 of his last 5 penalty kicks, Romelu Lukaku. This is the end of the tournament, potentially, for Senegal. And a chance to go on for Belgium. But it's going to be Yuri Tillemans who won the penalty to stand up and take it. Tillemans to win it. He has! Belgium from nowhere have come from behind and are going to win it. Yuri Tillemans scores the spot kick and Belgium have done it. They look down and out. They look gone for all money. But the fighting spirit and the embers of the golden generation can live on. I don't think anyone watching in this stadium around the globe can believe what's happened here. They were 2 down deep into the 80th minute. They scored 2 in quick time. And at the end of the 120th minute, Tillemans brought down. And it's he who steps up, the skipper, to convert from the spot. And Belgium, from nowhere, are going to the round of 16. It's a sensational Senegalese bottle, but it's a brilliant Belgium bounce back. Talk about throwing it away if you're Senegal. I don't know how much longer is left. They've not added any time on. They're just going to let us clock run. Senegal get it forward. Onana just hacks it clear. Diatta returns the ball in. Surely not for Senegal. He won't be. Smashed over by Pat Matassar. It's shock, disbelief for Senegal. And it's joy, outpourings of joy for those Belgian fans. Still we play. Jackson, big challenge from Onana. And a Windsor throw for Belgium on the far side. And he's come on almost as the hype man. By the way, what a penalty from Tielemans. Right in the top right-hand corner side, netting stuff as well. He's a great spot kick taker, Yuri Tielemans. Never was in doubt. Can Senegal find a way here? They've conceded 3 without response. They've thrown away a 2-goal lead. They've thrown away a round 16 potential appearance unless they can make one last push here late on. Njai, great foot in once again by Onana. Pat Matassar unable to make that pass stick. We are guessing how long is being added on because there is no official word on the added time. They're just going to play here. Pat Matassar. Belgium, very well done here with just sheer numbers on the ball. Ball in, not dealt with fully. Mekelena gets it away. Luke Bacchio. Is there an out here for Belgium? There was that out ball. Moreira then fouling to keep Senegal at bay. It's just got to be their last push here, Senegal. Their last chance. Where the other AFCON finalists won. Senegal may fail. Belgium get away again. The referee has a look at his watch. It's a short glance, but no whistle yet. Diatta. Camera. That ball too deep. Mbai's back there. Pat Matassar, Mbai again. Ball fizzed towards that near post, but Courtois catches easily. So it's confirmation it was 4 minutes added on. We've probably got a minute in this one to go. Tielemans wins that aerial duel. Told to get to his feet. Moreira away from the challenge, away from the second challenge. Moreira still looking to feed through Lukaku, but gave it away. Is that the invitation Senegal need? Mbai. That's the ball. Cease. Go forward. A chance to get another block. It's going to be handball on the edge of the area. They're going to have to look if it's a penalty or not. It is outside the box there. To Raskin. It's so close though. It's going to take a lot to get it up and then back down over this wall. An attempt right at the end. The Senegal fans are in great voice, in great form here. Pat Matassar standing over this. We've had 11 minutes of stoppages. We're supposed to have 4 added on. The Tielemans spot kick seemed like the winner. But is this Senegal's way of clawing back into this matchup? Diouf, Pat Matassar, Kamina, all near it. The keeper's up, Diaw's up. To salvage something, to keep their hopes alive for Senegal. It's Pat Matassar, well over. Never close. And that is that. I cannot believe it. They were on the canvas, Belgium. They were gone for all money. But what a turnaround from this veteran side. Senegal were 2 to the good. They were out in this game. I had them through to the last 16, but never rule out a great side. Senegal led by 2-0 up until the 85th minute. Romelu Lukaku scored in the 86th minute, a flicked on ball at the near post. From there, Yuri Tielemans rose highest to head home in the 89th minute. And they let their foot off the gas. And in stoppage time, in the 5th minute of extra time, stoppage time, Yuri Tielemans came up, stepped up, and from the spot converted to send home this Senegal side. With the almightiest bottle, they have let it slip. And Belgium and Rudy Garcia have another game to play. They have the round of 16 tie to come against either the USA or Bosnia and Herzegovina, and they'll fancy themselves in that one. What a result for Belgium, and what great disappointment for the Senegal side. It was Diarra in the first half. It was Sarr in the second half. It was 2 late goals from Lukaku and from Yuri Tielemans. And then right at the end of extra time, Tielemans from the spot. Belgium with 3-2 in one of the craziest games you will see. 3-2 for the Belgian side. They keep going at the FIFA World Cup 2026.